Hello there, welcome to Club Xbox level 33. Join us today, Mr. Jason Novak. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going, Tim?
It's going pretty well. It was like almost 80 degrees here this weekend. Very exciting stuff.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I've had miserable weather all
Yeah.
week, so
Yeah.
yeah. 80 degrees, and we had flash flooding, and I'm out there delivering mail with water up past my knees.
See, I was on like a roller coaster yesterday, going pretty fast. It was fun. Yeah, it's good. Anyways, and great weather. I'm sorry about your terrible weather in your part of the world. It happens, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Richie, how's it going?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Also having awesome weather, too. It's been in the 70s here.
Right? So great. It's like
I would kill for 70s.
Yeah, 70s to 80s. Pretty great.
We've been having 86-degree weather, and I like the cold, so yeah.
Don't you live in like a warm part of the country that doesn't get cold ever?
Look, there's not much I can do about that right now.
Okay.
That's why I got away from down there.
I've lived in Hawaii. I live in California. I lived out here. I'm used to all varieties. This is really bad tangent to get into. I apologize. You know what's great?
Whatever.
Star Wars is great. You know what's awesome? We have a Battlefront Strikes Back trailer type thing that looks pretty great.
Well, you're having a hard time talking
about
that game.
It's just Battlefront.
Oh,
I said, you're having a hard time
Major
talking
Nelson
about
blog, and he used the term Battlefront Strikes Back, which I thought that's a great title because like it's been so long since we've had Battlefront.
Yeah.
Well, is Battlefront 2 the last one on the PS2? Is that accurate?
I believe so.
So it's been like a hell.
Probably. I can be honest and say that I haven't played any of the Battlefront games.
I played 1 and 2.
I never played any of them. I played Knights of the Old Republic, but I never played any of the Battlefronts.
The definitive Star Wars
games were just like all I played because they were the best games that were made on any system. You know. I bought a PS2 for the sole purpose of playing Jedi Starfighter and the original Starfighter. So great. They're great games.
I think,
and they hold up well. Actually, it's a PS2 game. They look pretty damn good.
I think the trailer looks awesome, but my only complaint is the fact that they haven't showed any real gameplay footage.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's gonna look just like, Battlefield Hardline, the same graphics and or better. So I'm not worried about it. But I know they did show actual gameplay at the Star Wars Celebration, but it hasn't been put online.
Sure.
My biggest complaint is they announced it is not going to have any kind of single-player campaign mission.
None.
It is like multiplayer. None.
No,
it is multiplayer.
No. You can play it single player. They said, I read the whole thing. I have it sitting up right here. There's not an actual campaign to the game. It's just going to be missions, and you can either do them solo or you can do them co-op.
Yeah, so basically there's no real single-player game. I'm sorry. That's
Battle of
no story, no campaign.
What is it?
Oh,
I think they're trying to leave it open. Like, I'm sorry, but this is the way that games are going. Like, I think because the movies are coming out, and I think they're trying to keep away from like a main story, I guess what you say. But it's going to, because everything's, it's going to go along with the new movies or whatever, everything that you're doing in the game.
You think
so? You think they're doing this for now just to help avoid spoilers for the movie?
That's what I'm thinking, but I'm not 100% sure.
Here's on the PlayStation blog because they actually talk about the game rather than just a trailer. Sorry, Microsoft. Battle of Jakku. The desert planet Jakku was referenced briefly during a stage of J.J. Abrams' panel at Star Wars Celebration.
That's the planet they're on in the trailer, the movie trailer, Jakku.
I didn't see the trailer because I'm trying to avoid as many spoilers as possible.
You're not gonna get spoiled.
Yeah,
there are no
watch that trailer. There's
spoilers,
absolutely no spoilers.
I don't want to see any footage of Star Wars until it comes. No?
It doesn't
Is that
show
bad?
absolutely anything. Like it shows some of the new characters, but it doesn't say names. There's hardly any. I don't even think there's really any talking in the trailer. It's just like footage.
Other than, there's
So
a
you
little
said I
bit
should
of
watch this trailer
voiceover.
because I don't want to like go to Star Wars and be like, man, I
not-
saw all the good shots. No?
You are not. There is nothing about the plot, no narrative or no story elements. You get a little bit of a voiceover from Luke, aka Mark Hamill, and it's just general. The Force. I have the Force. My
Yeah.
The Force is strong in my family.
So I should watch this.
Yeah.
I won't.
It's very. The trailer is very, very vague.
I'm very scared about Star Wars trailers. I don't want to be.
Because they're not even. There's so many characters that they've announced for the movie that they're not saying. They're not even like actors that they've announced.
Yeah.
They're not even saying who they are in the movie. Like
So I'll watch this trailer now. I'm trying to not watch any after the first teaser that we had.
This is really more of a teaser number 2 than a real trailer.
yeah, I don't because J.J. Abrams is pretty good about not letting stuff leak out about his movies.
Okay. So if you were in the same boat as I was, scared not to watch the trailer, I guess we can watch it now.
But you do know that this Battlefront game will have online co-op and local co-op.
Local, I like.
No, I had missed that. That's good because I enjoy having people over, and when you've got a giant projector screen, you don't have to worry about splitting a screen.
That's true.
Yeah. And then I guess during because they showed that trailer to the public at the celebration and to everybody online, and then they had like 15 minutes of actual gameplay footage, and they said in the footage that there are playable. You can play as like Boba Fett or Darth Vader. And so I'm assuming there's going to be other characters.
So this is in the original trilogy time frame then.
Yes, that's what they said. They're this whole even the new movies. I don't even know if they're
Comes after
really-
Return of the Jedi, dude. Come on.
Well, that's what I mean. So like
movie.
the original movies are going to be a lot of the primary characters from. You're not going. That's why there's no Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar Binks isn't going to show up in any of these new movies.
Well, of course not.
and he's not going to show up in the game either. So
yeah, I mean this is after Return of Jedi.
yeah. So but.
But they're having content from the original trilogy as well as after
But
that.
that's I say the Darth
Yes.
Vader thing,
Okay.
but I think it's
so back
just
to the Jakku thing before we get totally off on that stuff. There's gonna be free DLC on December 8th. And you get to play in this battle, I guess. And if you pre-order, you get it December 1st, I guess, a week earlier. So.
Later we're going to talk about free DLC and what that means.
I mean, free in the sense that you're not paying any extra except for the you could have invested that money and done something with it instead of the.
No, we're going to talk about it because of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Okay. Okay.
So we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess the game the game comes out November 17th.
Yeah, like
In
a
America.
month and a day before Star Wars, just long enough to build up excitement. But it's so close to that Call of Duty window that it's almost like they're putting it out to kill it.
But this is the first Star Wars game we've had legitimately since I
No,
want to
it's not.
say the PS2 era.
No,
The
The Force Unleashed.
all
The
crap.
Force Unleashed had 1 and 2. Those were actually good
games.
games.
Those weren't
No, they're
good. Those
not.
weren't real, right?
Why? Because they made up a character.
No,
They were good games.
they were good. I was playing
Yes.
games.
I heard they're pretty good.
Okay.
Especially Star Wars, The Force Unleashed 2, like at least the first hour of playing, it really lets you feel like you were just a rogue Force user in this war in the middle of an action movie. Shit going off all
Yeah.
over the place. You got TIE fighters coming in, and there's a way that you can grab a
So-
TIE fighter and crash them into each other.
Are you saying maybe the iPad version may have made my feelings towards the Force Unleashed games much worse than they actually should be?
Probably that's why I don't play
Tim,
mobile games.
as a gamer who has gaming podcasts, you should be
Yeah.
ashamed of that question.
You know, when I lived in LA, I didn't have consoles. I played the iPad game, and I thought that was representative of, yeah. I should
Not by a long shot.
Okay,
Not by a long
but
shot.
but still, it's been a while since we've had a proper Star Wars game. Even Force Unleashed 2, that would have been
3, maybe 4 years.
Yeah, it's been a few years.
It was released. Come on, Wikipedia, hurry up. This would have been on the 360 and PS3 and Wii, 2010. So it's been a good 5 years. So
Was that 1 or 2 that you just looked up? 'Cause
2.
I don't.
2.
I didn't think. No, okay. I didn't think 2 came out on the Wii.
I believe I actually bought it for Wii and never played it. I have it. It was like 10. It was like 99 cents at GameStop one day, so I picked it up.
Well, you know what else we haven't seen in like 5 years, Tim?
Tony Hawk.
No.
That's been longer. That's been like a decade, right?
Yeah, that's been
That's N64 era.
Actually, I think it also depends whether or not didn't they release a yet again, that thing that you mentioned, an iPad game?
Yeah,
or a mobile game?
Yeah, one of those crappy mobile games.
Well, I was actually more going to say Guitar Hero.
Ah.
Well, before we move on to another game,
Yeah, so we're done with Star Wars, right? I mean, I'm really excited
Richie,
about Battlefront. This stuff's gonna be
Battlefront, EA Access people will be getting it earlier than everybody else.
Oh snap! Awesome.
So I'm assuming
this is actually my
it'll
most
probably
excited game for the whole.
I'm assuming it'll probably be like Hardline.
Right?
It'll just be like a week earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So I'm totally getting this game. This is the game I'm most excited for this whole fall at this point because there's no Zelda and I'm getting Splatoon in like a month. So.
Well, and then
Xenoblade, yeah, it's been good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Star Wars, man. This is like an EA game I can get behind. Like the only one.
And then you were talking about the game like yes, it says here that the whole game only touches on the original trilogy events. It won't feature any prequel trilogy elements like characters, settings, vehicles, and there won't be any space battles. So it's all gonna be
Because Battlefront refers to Battlefronts being a land-based thing, like the first 2 games were. It's also curious it's not Battlefront 3, just Battlefront. We've already had Star Wars Battlefront, and now we have 2 games, 2 games with the exact same name.
Honestly, it was so long ago, and there are so many people who probably never played them anyways. It's just a reboot, basically. You don't need to continue that numbering.
I mean, I'm very excited to get a copy of Battlefront and put it next to a disc version of the same title for a different console. That'll be great.
Going out really sort of on a limb here, though.
Yeah.
Disney owning Star Wars, and they also own Marvel. If you haven't noticed, lately Disney's been in the habit of releasing sequels that don't have numbers, have names instead, so that you never feel overwhelmed. It wasn't Thor 2. It was Thor: The Dark World. It wasn't Captain America 2. It's Captain America: Winter Soldier. So
that's good.
That's where we're going to be. Yeah. Star Wars Battlefront, and then it'll be Star Wars Battlefront, the blah 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 campaign. When
the movie comes out, it's my firm belief we're gonna have DLC that has story elements from that movie.
I don't know if it will be immediately or a little bit after.
Yeah, I'd say February or March.
It would be a good way, to keep that lifetime going, release some DLC from that movie, maybe release some DLC from the second trilogy. I really hate the way that works. Oh, and back to the numbering. Yeah. Also, if you haven't noticed, Disney / Lucas, whatever, they've dropped the numbers from all the Star Wars movies.
I think...
Yeah, it just says The Force Awakens.
Well, I think that's an Do you think it's an Abrams thing?
No. They also dropped numbers from all the old movies.
What do you mean?
I think it's a Disney thing.
I rebought them all. If I watch it, they got rid of the episode numbers in them.
In the title. Now, mind you, when it goes scrolling by, it's going to say episode whatever. But the actual title now is, Star Wars: A New Hope, Star Wars: Return of the Jedi, Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. There are no numbers in the title.
They previously had them?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Because I know the artwork for the posters didn't. Maybe
the original New Hope didn't. And the original poster for New Hope didn't.
Maybe
in some of them,
I'm thinking
those too.
The Star Wars. I think they're just scared because they used the episode number so prominently in the prequels and they weren't as good. So maybe
I think it's because you've got 40 years and 6 movies to catch up on that it's harder to get a new audience with that.
Sure. No. Yeah, that's fair.
Did you see the information about the side movie, the Rogue One?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
Yes.
yeah. I love Rogue Squadron, so why not? That'll be good. Last thing on Star Wars. This isn't a yearly installment thing for Star Wars Battlefront. We don't think, do we?
N-
Uh,
I
I
don't
think
think
it's
it's gonna be yearly,
I think
but Sorry, go ahead, Richie.
I think it might be mixed in with the Battlefield. You know how Battlefield Battlefield doesn't do it yearly, but it does it like bi-yearly. And then I have a
See,
feeling they might pull a
or
thing like Call of Duty where it'll be like 1 year it'll be a Battlefield whatever War One, then it'll be a Battlefront, then a Battlefield something else. Like I think they might do something
See,
like that.
is it possible that with the EA is a Star Wars team now, and that they'll just be constantly working on different Star Wars games that are not Battlefront games, but just in the Star Wars genre?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Actually, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, first of all, because it's probably the same team working on Battlefront, or a lot of the same team that works on Battlefield, and they're not gonna. Right now, Battlefield has always been every other year, and if you want that same team to be working on Battlefront, then it would be 1 year Battlefield, 2 years later Battlefront, 2 more years the next Battlefield, and you're going to be spacing that out too much. So I think instead of making more full-blown Battlefront games, Jesus, this gets difficult to talk about.
Right.
Instead of making more Battlefront games, we may get some substantial, $25 to as high as $40 massive DLC with the flagship movies.
Was Battlefield around back when Battlefront came out on PS2?
Battlefield was first.
It was first? Okay.
Yeah, Battlefield's
Yes.
been around for a really long
A
time.
while.
It's been around since like the 80s.
Yeah, I'd imagine the art department and that stuff would be different between the two games, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, but it's a lot more than just art, and the rest of
it's
those
the
teams are
programming,
going
right?
to be. Yeah. So, like I said, I think that instead of getting more actual titles, you're just going to get some massive, what is it, like Den of Wolves or whatever that Destiny DLC is.
Yeah, that's coming soon.
You're
May.
going to get some massive stuff like that.
Is anyone excited about the Destiny DLC? By any chance?
Oh no!
I
No?
am.
I know.
already
You
have it.
hate that game, don't you, Jason? It's got a horde mode, Jason. Endless horde mode. That's the big thing.
Actually, the first Battlefield came out in 2002. Sorry, not the 80s.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel though that people who pre-ordered that Destiny DLC really are getting robbed, considering that DLC was supposed to have another raid, which it doesn't.
But they're getting horde instead, which has more replay value, right? Arguably.
I personally,
No.
I think it's arguable, but the other thing is at this point that is an outright, for want of a better term, and as cheesy as it sounds, it's a broken promise. And that's not how you build fans. And on top of that, I think the more important thing for the people, especially that aren't already super hardcore fans, there's going to be a 3-man raid now, apparently.
That's good. So you don't have to have as many friends online.
Yes.
Because that was my problem. That's why I never played any other raids. I can never get 5 of my friends to be on at the same time.
Yeah, it's in addition to that, I mean, have you had any problems with random strangers doing spectating, so to speak?
Yeah, I was talking
I
about
think
that.
they patched that. They patched that out now, though, but it does, not needing as many people helps prevent that from being as much of an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the raids, you can't get random people with you. That's the thing. That's only the.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You're right.
That's only like the weekly missions and stuff like that, like where it's a 3-man thing, and like it'll. If you try to play it by yourself, it'll automatically just put you with 2 other people that are trying to do the same mission as you. But the raids, it doesn't do that. That's what they're talking about. I read an article about them that people wish they would do that because they don't have enough friends, or their friends are never on at the same time, to where they can do a 6-man mission or do the 6-man raid. So like if you could do a thing like that, maybe have an option where like, oh, just put me with 5 random dudes so we can get it done. Because I haven't done any of the raids specifically because of that reason. Because we tried to do it with a 4-man team, and none of us we were all like level 28s, 29s, and we couldn't get through it.
Oh, okay.
So before we move on to another gaming thing, I was just scrolling through the Major Nelson blog, and the stormtroopers in this teaser, did they get new hats?
Yeah, they have new faces. It's because it's supposed to be 30 years later.
Who's spawning the new hats? Isn't the Empire all destroyed?
No.
It's supposed to be 30 years later, so
they got new hats.
They've upgraded a little bit. Because they talk about that. I read about this in the trailer because they showed them in the trailer, and people were going apeshit about it.
I don't know if it came out officially, but I was hearing people discuss, and apparently the thought pattern is essentially when Palpatine was killed, there was somebody off-world, and when he came back, he immediately started essentially rebuilding parts of the Empire. They have a new sigil/symbol, slightly modified uniforms, but basically there's already a new Emperor.
So some other bad known guys.
Well, of course, you can't have a movie like Star Wars without a bad guy.
Well, I figure Rebel versus Rebel,
Yeah, no.
No, not quite. Okay,
So,
anyways, let's move on.
let's talk about a video game that
what's
isn't
your
Star Wars.
video game topic of the day?
Well, my biggest one, as far as I was concerned, is like the only really big one, and that was the official announcement of Guitar Hero Live.
And what's going on with this?
I'm super excited about it because, first of all, what I think is one of the most prominent things that needs to be said is Activision has come out and said that they're going to be doing the same thing as Harmonix, and that is they're not releasing yearly Guitar Hero games. They're going to try and make it. Yes, each company is trying to make it a platform, which is about the extent of the similarity between the two games. Guitar Hero Live is going to put you, instead of in the old Guitar Hero games where you look like a member of the audience watching the band play, now in Guitar Hero, because you only have a guitar in this game, there will be no other instruments. You are basically the guitarist looking out at your audience. And of course, when things start getting bad, it starts turning red on the screen like you're freaking out, but whatever. Additionally, the guitar has changed. Instead of 5 colored buttons in a row, it's going to be 2 rows of 3 buttons, black and white, which is actually kind of more similar to a guitar, having to use the different, strings up and down. And additionally, there will be like the ability to jump into like live quote-unquote music videos and just start playing with them. It's supposed to launch with hundreds of songs for you to just jump in and start jamming with.
I heard like you get to pay for like a day's worth of all you can eat music in that mode.
I have not heard anything about. Okay. But even then, the moral of the story is the two games could not get any more different, and that is good.
What's the difference with Rock Band, the new version of Rock Band? Why is that what's the difference?
Well, and one last thing that's actually bad for Guitar Hero. Old DLC will not port over. Now.
Yep. That was what I was just about to say. And then you can't, also because of the fact that the guitars are now different, you cannot use any old instruments on Guitar Hero. Unlike Rock Band, you can use all your old you can use old Guitar Hero and old Rock Band instruments.
Yeah, they just came out and said they managed to get that working.
Rock Band.
And then lastly, I'm sorry, Guitar Hero gets extra credit because it's not just coming out on the Xbone and the PS4. It's coming out on the 360, the PS3, and the Wii U.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm sorry, Activision, yep, it's coming to Wii U. Harmonix, if enough people want it. You know what?
Right?
Gamers should not have to beg for you to give them the game. You should give them the game and let them give you their money. They shouldn't have to beg you for the right to give you their money. But anyways,
I saw that. I was super excited. Like I was surprised. Like, holy crap!
I will probably be buying that version.
Yeah, why not?
Anyways, now Rock Band, again to highlight the differences, the traditional style guitar that they've gone with, the 5 colored buttons. There will be bass as well, which is just the same guitar, but it usually uses fewer notes, what have you. It's going to have drums. All of your DLC will port over. It's the same old school look that you had before, watching the band rock out. And again, that bigger thing, they managed to get all them old instruments working. Which I will be completely honest with you, if I still have a Guitar Hero guitar from when I had it on the Wii. If I can get Rock Band on the cheap because of that, because I never bought any of the DLC, so I don't really care about getting the old stuff. But if I can get it on the cheap because of that, I might just to get it because I liked the guitar primarily.
I still have all my Xbox 360, my drums, and my guitar. And the mic or whatever, but
Yeah.
because I bought the whole little kit thing, so I'm assuming I'll be able to use that on my Xbox One.
I've never
Yes.
played either games, so
They're
They're
fun.
fun.
They're fun party games. Like you look kind of weird goofing off by yourself if someone walks
You
in.
look silly. You look sillier trying to play Dance Dance Revolution or Just Dance or Wii
Yeah.
Fit than you do playing Guitar Hero
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
or
not
Rock
bad.
Band.
But
Wii
here's the
Fit's
thing.
great, man.
I know people were complaining about these games not being realistic enough with the guitars and stuff, and I'm like, these games aren't meant. If you want to learn how to play guitar, this isn't the game for you. You gotta
Get Rocksmith.
buy Rocksmith.
Or
Yeah.
like get a guitar, some sheet music, and learn the freaking that. Okay.
Well, that's what Rocksmith does. It teaches you how to read.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rocksmith actually can teach you how to play a legitimate instrument. And there are some people that don't have the time to learn in that type of way or the capability. you know,
So I mean, this is just for fun. That's what I try to tell people. It's just for fun.
Yes.
Don't take it so seriously.
It's a
On the other
rhythm
hand-
game, sort of.
On the other hand, don't be one of those douchebags who says, I can play that on Guitar Hero. I could probably do that. No, guy.
Hey,
you
Not
can't.
quite. It's a rhythm game. Let's be real. So,
Excuse me, sorry.
any other Rock Band, Guitar Hero stuff?
No, I don't think so. I think that covered it. I will probably be getting both.
Yeah,
Fall titles.
Guitar Hero definitely is coming out fall. I didn't remember Rock Band ever actually giving a
official
I-
date.
an official
So,
date or window.
Rock Band announced earlier, but it seems like that Guitar Hero was more
Is gonna
prepared
come
when they did
first.
announce and showed press what this actually is. right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So it seems like Guitar Hero from the people could make fun of them like, oh, you're just riding on their coattails by announcing it now, but they're actually more ready to announce it than they were. So
I'm sure they both knew about each other.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling maybe that's why Harmonix did theirs, because they knew that the Guitar Hero was coming. So they're like, crap, we got to get something together, and they just weren't as prepared.
yeah. Well, the big game of the week, of course, is a game I'm sure both of you have purchased. That is Goat Simulator for the Xbox One.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No.
I have this on PC, so I don't need it on Xbox One, but it is really fun. It's really fun to play multiplayer and just. goof
Richie,
around
would you like
with
to
people.
explain what Goat Simulator is all about?
It's exactly what the name is. You're a goat, and
Yeah.
you're simulating being a goat, but
Do you get
can
to eat
do
grass?
goofy. What's that?
Do
No,
get to
you
eat
don't-
Grass?
You don't eat things. The whole premise of the game is you just destroy stuff as the goat. Like you can ram people. Then
Yeah.
there's like objectives, like destroying certain things. But you got to figure out how to do. Or like there's a part where there's like a water park, and you got to figure out how to get to the top to go down this one specific slide. Like you got to figure out how to get to somewhere or do something. Like some of the things you got to find, like a jetpack, and then the goat will wear a jetpack, and you're like, psh, you like take off to get up to it. But the goat always
That-
looks so funny because the goat will go limp and its legs are like woo, like when it's like flying around. And it's meant to be goofy. It's not meant to be taken seriously. That's why the
Yeah.
game is only like $10.
Sounds wonderful.
It's just it's fun to play with the other friends if you like. There's no story. It's just a goof off game basically. And I think the reason they released it is because it got so much attention on the PC because of its goofiness, and that's why it got so much attention.
Cool. Well, if you're into the goofiness and having fun for $10, or around $10, somewhere in that vicinity,
Yeah, so $10, $15, something like that. I
get
can't
Goat
remember.
Simulator on your Xbox One. It's pretty awesome. So Witcher 3, what's your beef with this one, Jason?
Well, first of all, it's not a major beef, but I have to throw it out there. It's less of a beef for me as opposed to the internet. I have The Witcher 3 pre-ordered, paid off. I'm really looking forward to that game. I mean, we're talking about a game that developers are saying that if you do everything, the game itself is like 200 hours. The problem comes in when CD Projekt Red, who has earned nothing but goodwill with people in general, says that originally they said that all DLC will be free, and there's going to be a host of DLC apparently available on launch. However, they did just come out and give two like $25 pieces of, quote, add-on content. And the question is, when does DLC become add-on content and add-on content become DLC? And again, it's kind of that whole pseudo-broken promise. But CD Projekt Red has done a hell of a job earning goodwill from people that they deserve to, you know, to do what they need to do for the game. It looks amazing, it looks great, but if you're going to say everything is free, then it needs to stay free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
But I'm super excited about the game. Like I said, got it bought, paid for, waiting to pick up.
Yeah, I'm excited about this game as well. So I will be getting it at some point.
So this game comes out pretty soon here? You can preload it, right?
Yeah, you can already preload it now on the Xbox One.
I would get so mad preloading a game that's still not out for another month because, I mean, we all know that storage is such a premium that sitting there with a, I don't even know what the size of it was. I think they said it was at least 25 gigs. You know,
Oh, I'm sure that game's at least like 40. I mean, if it's a 200+ hour game, I would assume that, you know, even like GTA was like 40 gigs.
and it's an amazing looking 200-hour game. I mean, that's the other
That's
thing.
what I
That
mean,
game,
yeah. It looks insane.
Did you guys play the first two games?
a little bit. I have not.
Yeah.
They are massive games. I have not played through them, but I have played them a little bit. But by all accounts, The Witcher 3 does a really good job of you don't need to know everything going on to be able to enjoy them,
Yeah.
which is really important.
It is, yeah.
Because, I mean, I don't feel like going through 300 hours of primer to play 200 more.
Yeah.
Plus, apparently, there are tie-in novels that have lots of information that you need, and it's just like, no, come on, guys.
Anything else on Witcher 3 that you guys want to cover before we move on?
No.
Not on Xbox, but Halo, Spartan Strike. I don't know if this mobile game is worth talking about at all. And on Steam,
It's a
I guess.
twin-stick shooter. It's a twin-stick shooter.
Yeah.
I think even the last one, Spartan Assault, I think it was, I wouldn't go so far as to say well, but favorably reviewed. If you want a twin-stick shooter and it's, you know, Halo-themed,
Yeah, I
I
think-
personally... Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think both of them came out on Steam.
Yeah.
I think it's all on the front page.
I personally like twin-stick shooters, so, you know, I don't really... I'm tempted to pick it up and try it out. And twin-stick shooters are actually surprisingly well-suited to touch-based devices. I may pick it up on, for iOS.
What's the control? Just virtual joysticks at that point, or what?
Yeah,
I'm
usually,
that's what it is, yeah.
The other
Yeah.
twin-stick shooters I've played on iOS, it's, you know, place each thumb. Wherever you place it, it becomes a virtual joystick, but there will be a couple of areas on the screen for selecting specific things, like if you want to throw a grenade or change a weapon or something like that. But otherwise, yeah, just virtual joysticks wherever you place them. I haven't read any reviews for it, but again, I'm interested.
Okay, cool. What else you guys got this week?
I got something. Okay, I know I tend to bring this up, but for people that want to drop cable,
Yep.
available now if you're part of the preview program,
Mm-hmm.
they have a TV tuner that you can purchase
Oh, that's right.
in the U.S. Right now it's $100, but then you need a
$100.
digital TV antenna that also goes with this, which you can pick one up on Amazon for like $40. And then it's a TV tuner, which later on this year they will become the TV tuner's put out by a company called Hauppauge.
It's gonna get cheaper once Microsoft.
Hauppauge, yeah, Hauppauge. What's that?
It's gonna get cheaper when Microsoft brings this in house and makes their.
Well, that's
own
what I said.
television.
They have a cheaper one coming out for $60 later this year.
I think I'll wait.
Also from Hauppauge.
Yeah, it's the
No,
same company.
okay. Hauppauge is a really good company. Their $100 TV tuner is a good product. If you want a long-term product that's going to work well, there's nothing wrong with spending $100 for something good.
Does the $60 one be crappier?
Probably.
I don't actually own a crystal ball, but because it's the same company.
Well, I wasn't sure like
you have-
Microsoft's like funding it, so maybe they're
No,
subsidizing.
Microsoft isn't funding crap.
No, I
Microsoft
thought
isn't funding
like
crap.
just Xbox One that they'll be releasing kind of thing.
No, it's not specific for. They're just going to be releasing a more budget model.
I see. Okay.
Okay, so I just want to explain this because this is people are gonna. I feel like the people that are kind of anti this type of thing are gonna throw a shit fit about
Who
this.
is anti-free stuff?
But anyways, like, okay, so it's a digital antenna, which they have a website up where you could type in your like zip code and it'll tell you what channels you'll be able to get with this antenna. Checked out mine. I have like 25 channels that I'll have if I got this.
What's this website?
I don't. I'll have to find it and I'll send you the link.
Okay.
But anyways,
Is the website real quick? Is the website through Halpage or is it through somebody else?
I think it's through Halpage. I'm pretty
Okay,
sure.
sorry,
It was
go
on
ahead.
wherever on Major Nelson's website, his blog or whatever. The link was there. It's on his.
Oh,
It's
okay.
somewhere on there.
Dig through it here.
So, anyways, the whole reason they're doing this with Xbox is because with the Xbox, you will have DVR for your regular TV. Unlike just doing this, you will have 4 gigs of DVR with a 30-minute buffer.
Yeah, I thought that it wasn't a DVR as much as yes, you could pause live broadcast up to 30 minutes, but you could not DVR.
Not DVR, but like you can pause it is what I mean. Like, so like say you have to run and do something, like as long as it's not a long time. They haven't fully functional DVR. I don't want to call it fully functional DVR, but you can pause live TV.
So $80 is the price on Amazon, Best Buy, GameStop for this thing. Not 100. Let's see.
I just feel like this is leading towards the Xbox being able to have DVR functions in the future. I mean,
yes. Well,
I'm just
actually,
imagining it going that direction.
As I understand it, if you get a standalone TiVo box and add it to this configuration, you can do that. You can then use the TiVo into your Xbox.
How much do those boxes cost?
With the
I don't know.
subscription to TiVo, of course, $20 a month.
Oh, you have to have a
don't.
subscription to TiVo?
No, you do not.
What's the subscription do? I thought it needed it for something.
No, that's not related. You can do that for other stuff, but you can get a standalone, non-subscription-based TiVo box. You can get your tuner and everything like that. And long story short, give the telco companies the bird permanently.
This sounds great. Is anyone surprised we're actually getting this? Like in Europe, I thought in Europe's good. We're like all hamstring the U.S. from having this kind of stuff.
The rest of us I don't think are surprised. You were the one who was anti. Oh no, we're never going to get this.
I
in
thought
America.
no chance in hell we're getting this in America. Yeah. I'm trying to find the link for like where the hell I can find my channel things I would get. I don't think I'd get much where I live, quite honestly.
Well, you gotta remember, I live out in the middle of nowhere, and I get 25 channels. So, because I wasn't expecting that many, like, and I was like, oh, 25 channels. And it's all the basic stuff, like CBS, NBC.
Yeah, you're going to get the major broadcast networks, and they're all going to be in 720 HD.
Yeah, which is fine. Which is fine with me. 720 TV is fine for me.
Oh yeah, no, I'm believe me, I'm right there with you.
So basically, I'm not even looking at this Hopodge website. I'd be looking at like just over-the-air TV tuner.
Go to
whatever that TV tuner, that really popular TV tuner, those flat ones. I can't remember the name of them right
now. Go to
now.
what?
Go to gomohu.com.
That's the one. That's
Xbox.
That's what it sends. Yeah, that's what it sends you to right there. Yeah. Sorry.
So gomohu.com/Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
And here we go. So I'm gonna do both my current and my future address here.
Yeah, how's that coming, by the way?
I'm moving Memorial Day weekend. I've got my security deposit down, so it's coming along.
Good.
So yeah, I'll be in a different place in less than a month. Kind of crazy. I got boxes all around me. It's fun. Okay, so I get 4 channels.
That's it?
6 with this other one. So on the Leaf Metro, I get ABC, METV, Telmund, and Telex. All I get is freaking ABC where I live.
Was that the
Wow.
60? Was that the 60, the high one?
The 60, I get 11 there. So let's see the 11 channels I get on that one. That's a $150 antenna. The 60, I also get PBS, FMN, Explore TV, World, and Create. So I get PBS basically is the other one I get. Let me
For
look
the-
at my new address. I wonder if it's any better.
For the $150 model, I would get TBN. I don't even know what that is. RTV Net, but I get NBC, CBS, Fox. I get TBN again. I get 3 PBSs, a Create channel, ABC, MeTV, CW Plus, CW, something called SSN, something called ATV, 2 more Foxes, Bounce. So, honestly, if I drop down to the cheaper one, I only lose a couple of channels. 4. So, yeah.
So let me look here. My
Either way,
future
yeah.
address.
Such riveting.
I mean, so Rich, you get the major 3 at least.
Yeah. See, I got
I do too.
for the 60, I get ABC, MyTV, NBC, CW Plus, MeTV, CBS, Fox, Bounce, another CBS. Everything's like doubled up, and then Daystar, PBS, yeah, Create.
For the
Yeah, so my
$25.
new address gets the 4 same. So basically, I can spend $25 on the Leaf Metro and the $80 on this thing. So for a
And you
little bit over
can get the
$100,
Super
I get ABC.
You get the Super Bowl.
Yes. What is Oscars on NBC? Is that right?
I don't know. See, the $25 unit gets me the big 3: CBS, Fox, and ABC. NBC, CBS, Fox, and ABC.
Yeah, I guess some of them will know where. ABC is all I get.
Yeah, so yeah, the 25 one gets me 9 channels. It gets me the majors too. So
So my TV input at the point would just become an ABC input. Xbox go to ABC. Oh man.
Hey, that'll get you Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That would, man. Oh wow. If you live in a city, this stuff's awesome. But like, if you're not in like a downtown like area, it's just less. I mean, I guess you guys get the big 3, but like.
yeah, it's weird because I wasn't expecting to get that many channels because of where I live. I mean, I don't live near any major cities.
So go mohue.com/Xbox. That's where you'll find out if you're as laughable as me or halfway decent like you two people. Oh man. But I'd love to see
So-
like my yeah. So when you go to the one guide, I've got like 4 channels there. Great.
So, moving on.
Yes.
I'm
Please,
sorry.
let's get out of here.
Other random news, so to speak. Richie, I remember you talking before about the Screen Sheet game.
Yeah.
That's coming to Xbone and PS4 this year.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, because it hadn't been official or dated or anything like that, so it's good. I'm actually really interested. The graphical style is really interesting. You know, that pseudo. It really looks like they were trying to remake GoldenEye, except prettier than the N64 could have done.
Yeah, it looks it looks very old school, so it looks awesome. But everything looks very.
I think it'll be fun.
And then I was reading that it's okay, like everything's one-hit kills.
Oh,
and
see, I
then-
didn't know that.
Everything's one-hit kills, but when you kill somebody, however, I don't know how, but it brings attention to yourself when you kill somebody. Like, so the other people like it. I don't know if it like. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it does, but it brings attention to yourself, so everybody can like tell where you are when you kill somebody. So it's like you kill somebody, you gotta get on the move and get going or something like that. Like you can't just sit still in that game.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really interested. And some of the weapons, there is a hobby horse, which is a sword that you can ride and skewer opponents with. I mean, it's nothing but it is humorous, is what it is. You can. There's a let's see. Oh, what's the other one that really stands out? There's a pinata that's a weapon.
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, it just, you can get a candelabra, like in Clue. It was such and such with the candlestick or candelabra, if you want to be fancy.
Someone with a candlestick.
Yeah. It's just, it looks like it's going to be entertaining. I really like those couch co-op games for when people come
It's
over.
coming to the 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1 and 4.
Cool. It'll be just a digital release, I'm guessing, right? Yeah.
I'm assuming. I'm
I'm
assuming.
going to assume. Yeah, I'm going to assume just digital.
Yeah, it'll be good. Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. That got announced.
Everybody's excited about it, but I've never played any of the Deus Ex
Neither
games.
have I. I think
Neither
I
have
own
I.
one on Wii U, but that's about it.
Did you see the way they announced it? They had like that last week. They had it was just like it was a video footage of like you go to the website and it was like just a guy sitting in a room, like he was captured or something like that.
Okay.
And then a couple days later, they announced that it was for the game. It was like publicity for the game. Or something. I don't know, like, because I remember hearing about it and I was like, oh, what is that? And I just like, I didn't bother looking into it. And then a couple days later, it's like, oh, it was a thing for this game. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, apparently everybody's all into it. I wish I knew more, you know?
The trailer looks cool. It looks like a really nice game.
Yeah, but I heard other people talking, and apparently it supports, stealth type of gameplay. Like, there's even bosses that you could, like, well, this time around there will be bosses that you'll be able to stealth beat. And somebody made a joke about, could you imagine making a stealth trailer for that game? Having somebody staring at a corner for like 2 minutes, they peek their head out and somebody notices them, so they look back in the corner. It's all for the action players. But apparently, it really supports stealth gameplay as well. But you can't make a good stealth gameplay trailer.
Kill a boss?
Instead of, I guess, running in the room. Like...
They like fall in a river and die. Like
yeah, I mean, I don't. I don't think that would count as a stealth kill. I think that would just count as an accident.
Oh, like stealth kill, like they don't see you, you stab them in the neck.
Yeah.
Back. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. So, I mean, Deus Ex, cool. Another big game coming, I guess. Awesome. But guys, the big day has come for all of you Xbox 360 fans out there. You can now hook up a 2 terabyte hard drive. Why the hell wasn't this possible before?
I personally, I don't even think it's really all that newsworthy. Just based off of the number of Xbox 360s that are still being used is just going down and down. I appreciate they're giving it some love, but if you were already working off of a 1 terabyte drive, I doubt, if you don't have an Xbox One, I doubt you're rushing out to go buy a 2 terabyte drive to hook up to your Xbox 360. I mean, I'm just going to throw that out there.
Seems like you need all the space you can have.
I'm glad they did something.
You can download all of Xbox
I'm glad they did
Live,
something. Well, I don't know. There are actually quite a few things there, so I actually wouldn't be entirely surprised if you couldn't download everything on Xbox Live.
Okay, but yeah, why the hell did it take them so long? That's crazy. So I can't hook up a 4 terabyte drive. Then they won't let me do that. Just 2.
Tim, you give a mouse a cookie.
They make these things called 4 terabyte drives these days. I think even 5 or 6. I don't know.
I've seen a 10.
Rated device.
So,
yeah.
Let's go in a completely different direction. On the Wayback Machine, like 4 or 5 episodes ago, we talked about Halo Online being Russia-only, free-to-play, Halo 3-based MMO shooter. Well, apparently modders are working to hack into that game to make it playable for everybody, including not just the Ruskies.
Hackers. So we could play it.
Hey, God bless them. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's really not much dialogue and stuff in the first place. I think it's more just hacking the source to allow it to work internationally without VPN and stuff.
I mean, I got the Master Chief Collection. Why would I need this?
Because the Master Chief Collection probably isn't going to have the same size audience that the PC shooter audience could have.
Yeah? Okay. That's probably fair. Let's see, what else? What else?
Well, the Square Enix had another teaser website. And then they put up a website, and it was just a page, and it had a couple letters, like it was just scattered letters, and it looked like it spelled out Star Ocean. A lot of people were going nuts, saying, "Oh, another Star Ocean!" And then a couple days later, it is Star Ocean 5. So
Yes.
that'll be awesome.
I haven't dove in deep in Star Ocean for a while, but I'm interested. Star Ocean, I mean, like, great RPGs, but it's been a while since I've really dove in there.
Mm-hmm.
Dove in, whatever.
Last one I played was 3. I never played 4 because I think it was on the PS3. 4 was.
Yeah.
The last one I played was on the PS2, and that was 3, and that was awesome. I loved it. So I'm kind of excited. I'm hoping this will come out on the Xbox One as well as the PS4. I'm hoping it's not an exclusive to the PS4.
I doubt it is.
Yeah. So, the game that I'll probably never want to look at footage of is now available.
The game what?
That I'll probably never want to look at the game footage of is now available.
Mortal Kombat X.
Yeah. Did you guys get this?
Yes.
You are a proud owner of
I have
Mortal
not.
Kombat X/10. I'm not
Yes.
sure how you say it, but X.
And it's awesome.
How many throw-up inducing scenes have you witnessed?
For me, none, but for you, a lot.
Yeah, some of us have stronger stomachs there, Tim.
You know, there's just too much blood in that stuff. I saw the E3. That just put me over the edge, you know.
Yeah, this type of stuff doesn't bother me. I'm a big-time horror, gory movie fan, so...
So I heard the story... I heard 9 just was so amazing as far as the story, and this one's less amazing with that stuff. That your experience?
I like it. I like the story. I've already beaten it, so I won't ruin it for anybody that's still playing it.
Thank you, because I mean, well, actually, I'm personally looking to rent it because it's not a game I want to own, but I did enjoy the story mode in Mortal Kombat 9 and really want to just burn through the story on 10. Because on Mortal Kombat 9, it was like about 8 hours of, quote, story. And it was really good. I enjoyed it.
Well, it was a reboot, basically, right?
Mortal Kombat 9 was basically the original trilogy story condensed and modified and changed a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
The story's cool. It's a continuation of, from 9. Already a lot of people are back, and there's a lot of people missing though. I won't. I'm not gonna ruin it. I know Jason wants to play it, so yeah. But it's cool. I mean, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's cool. It's interesting.
Okay, Richie, I actually have some pretty specific questions for you, not about the story, but about the game in general. Like I said, I have not bought or played it. But my brother has played it, and he was telling me he hadn't dove in deeply to know for certain, but it seems like every character only has one fatality, and that the rest are behind a DLC paywall. Is that true?
You have to unlock them, like by playing through the game.
Okay, they can be in-game.
There's the crypt.
I heard, though, you could unlock stuff by paying for it. So stuff that was unlockable via gameplay was also unlockable via your wallet.
I don't think it's. I think you still have to level up. You can pay to make things easier. I know that.
Yeah, and that was the next question actually. Is I heard that you could get you could do a DLC bundle for, quote, 25 easy fatalities, and that would let you,
which is basically instead of having to push the big combo, which isn't even that big of a combo in the first place, it's maybe 5.
I'm gonna throw this out there though. If it has the 25 uses or even any number of limited uses, wow, that's a horse crap DLC. I mean, that is just straight highway robbery.
Well, the thing is you can get those in the game, in the crypt. You can unlock the free or the easy fatalities. All this stuff you can unlock in the game. You don't have to pay to get it.
I'm kind of conflicted on this. It's they're taking advantage of lazy people, but at the same time, they're not screwing over people that actually want to play the game and unlock everything.
Because there's also another thing you can buy. You can get passes too. Say you're playing a character in the game and they keep beating you and you're tired of it, you can go skip fight, but you have to have like that token either
I'm-
unlocked or bought. I think.
I'm okay with that, and I'm even okay with them taking advantage of lazy or stupid people. If everything can be unlocked in game, I'm happy with them letting people
Yeah.
pay to not do it.
That's the
That's
thing.
great.
You can do it. You can do all that in the game, like because you earn coins in the game for fighting online, for doing missions, whatever training. For even doing the training, you get coins and stuff like that. For going through all the
Good.
tutorial and all that stuff, you get coins, and then you go to the crypt. They had that in 9 too.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then you go to each, and then they turned the crypt almost into like a little mini game as well, because you're like it's first person view, and you're like running through like a cemetery and all these other little different levels, and you gotta, there's like these graves, and you use your coins to break the grave, and it unlocks something like either a character.
I thought that's the way it was in 9 as well. I could have.
Yeah, same thing.
Okay.
And then like creatures show up, and they'll give you even more coins. Like there's one part
cool.
where there's like spiders, and then like they'll randomly attack you, and it's like a quick time event. Like you got to hit it, and if you miss it, then you don't get. It takes coins away from you. If you hit
that's
you
cool.
get like, more coins and stuff like that.
How big of an event is a Mortal Kombat release? Is it an every other year event, or?
Oh
is
no,
this-
no.
It's been a long time since it's been.
Actually, that's just it. Is for a while they had gotten ridiculous. After Mortal Kombat 3, then you had Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
Yeah,
then you
you
had
have-
Mortal
you have a bunch
Kombat
of those,
Trilogy.
right?
They
and
went.
then
They went the Street Fighter route.
yeah.
It was like they were adding on other names, like it's like Super Ultra Street Fighter, and it's like
Yeah,
and they calmed down for.
Kombat got crazy for a while there.
I think what it was because of the resurgence with Street Fighter 4. It was a really long time between Street Fighter 3, and then they had all those Ultra Street Fighter Turbo Edition, blah 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 blah. For years, it was like every couple months a different one was coming out with, oh, here's 4 more characters, buy a whole new game for 4 characters, and it's like people got tired of it, and then it was like years and years and years, and then Street Fighter 4 came out where it was an actually new Street Fighter game instead of a rehash of the same thing, just with a couple new characters. And then now Street Fighter has gone back to doing that. They came out with the Super Street Fighter, then the Super Ultra Street Fighter, and they just came out with another one with 4 new characters. That's all that's different.
But Mortal Kombat has slowed down. It had been a long time before 9 came out, and it's been like 4, maybe even 5 years since Mortal Kombat 9 came out.
Yeah.
So they have slowed down, and it shows. These are good products. Mortal Kombat has had a pretty consistently high batting average.
Well, Neversoft closed down, the company that did, Mortal Kombat and...
No, NetherRealm did Mortal Kombat.
Well, that's what I mean. Neversoft closed down, and then they opened NetherRealm. Because it's the same guys.
So 2011 is
Ed
when 9
Boon
came out.
and those guys are the ones that run NetherRealm. The guy, the toasty guy, and all that stuff. It's the same guys. Yeah.
Now, was Street Fighter announced as like a PlayStation exclusive? What fighting game was that?
5.
Street Fighter
Street Fighter
5.
5.
They're only at 5.
That's because they do all those, like, it's like Street Fighter. They did like Street Fighter 2 Turbo, then Street Fighter 2 Ultra Turbo.
Yeah.
Street Fighter, they just kept adding on like a acronym to the end of it, and it's like, and that's why like there's so many Street Fighter games, but they're just rehashes of the same game with just a couple like added on characters or something like that. They did the same thing with 3. Then they did the same thing with the SNK versus Capcom. The Marvel versus
the main
Capcom.
games pretty substantial changes as far as 1, the 2, the 3, the 4.
The graphics are a huge upgrade from 3 to 4, and then they added in like some other things like this breaker thing where like if somebody's like doing like comboing you or something like that, you can like it's almost like a combo breaker thing but you have to like hit it just right.
Combo breaker.
Yeah. They added some new things to it, some new elements to it, and it looks way different. From Street Fighter 3 to Street Fighter 4, the game just looks way different.
I personally don't like the Street Fighter 4 style art, by the way. I really don't.
No.
Yeah, it's almost
very
like a
distinct,
cell. It's almost like very cell shade. It's like a realistic cell shading style or something like that.
Yeah, it's very distinct, and I understand it's crisp, and I mean it is well executed. I just don't care for it. I mean that would be like saying the painting, the Starry Night or Scream, they are well executed, but I just don't like the styles.
Yeah, understandable. So yeah, that's the difference.
So, well, thank you for answering those questions for me, Richie, because especially my brother was really upset at the thought that Mortal Kombat which is known for its fatalities, put those behind paywalls, which would have been ridiculous.
No.
Yeah,
did you get a fight pad for this game yet? Or are you
no, I'm not.
It's just like an official one, I believe, right?
Well, there's an official one, and then like a bunch of companies have ones now. Like Razer came out with one for the PC and for Xbox One, and then everybody's coming now. They're all like and then when Street Fighter V comes out, it's the same thing's gonna happen every time these fighting games come out. Because when Street Fighter 4 came out, they came out with the fighting sticks too.
Yeah. A wireless thing that goes to the Xbox, or is it wired?
It's wired.
Wired USB. Okay.
People that use fight sticks want wired. They don't want wireless. They're like PC. Fight stick people are like PC people.
Yeah.
They want everything wired because they want that response time.
Oh yeah, that tenth of a millisecond.
Yep. And they will complain about it. So.
Yeah. So sad news, guys. I'm gonna segue on if that's all right.
Yeah. Well, what happened? What game got canceled?
No, actually, not a game got canceled. March, PlayStation is the best-selling console again.
Ah, damn idiotic consumers.
It's it is the top selling, but I heard it was way down low than.
Yeah, it wasn't as good. Yeah, it wasn't as good as last year. That having been said, at least this month it would be justified with Bloodborne having come out. There is that big game. I'm gonna go out on a limb though. Right now, I'm gonna predict not only is Xbox going to just take the cake for November and possibly December, I'm gonna say it's going to sell 3-1 on the PlayStation.
Well, it's got Halo coming, and that's a pretty huge game.
Halo, Tomb Raider, and Tomb Raider.
PlayStation doesn't have any exclusives except for the spaceship one, which looks great, but it's an indie thing that doesn't have mass. I'm not sure if they'll put
and
any
it's not
marketing
going to get
behind
retail,
that, right?
really.
What game is that coming on PS4?
They probably will, but it's not going to.
The
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Oh,
that
yeah,
looks amazing. But I'm not sure if they're going to be advertising on TV and being like a big thing like they would Tomb Raider or Halo, these well-known things,
Yeah, I have a feeling that it's.
No,
I mean, I'm happier with my Xbox than my PlayStation. Not that I've played a bunch of games recently on them, but like my Xbox is always on doing something, regardless. It's my most of the two. I would give up the PS4 faster.
Well, the thing, I want a PS4, basically just for
Uncharted.
No.
No.
I'm not an Uncharted person.
Oh, that's right. You're not.
But for what's it called? The name just fell out of my head.
Infamous.
No, you just said it. You just said the game. The
last No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
No, the game that just came out this month.
Bloodborne.
Oh, Bloodborne.
Yeah,
Dark Souls game.
I want to play. I want to play that game, and then I kind of want to play the Last of Us too, because I've never played that. Like, I've seen footage of it, and it looks.
And
cool.
God of War.
That's not one of my games either.
God of War is a good franchise too.
And,
really?
And
man,
Richie,
it's a good franchise. I enjoy them.
Are you in Chicago? You're right.
I'm in Illinois.
I was gonna say you'll move to Chicago and get PlayStation View.
Which is a super ripoff. Sorry.
Oh boy. So,
I got
Project Cars.
Is that coming soon? Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, it finally May 8th, final release date. It's only been pushed like 17 times.
The next game we're really excited for is on Wii U. It's Splatoon. So this game sounds pretty great. So, is there a price released announced yet?
I think it's going to be a $60 release. I mean, I really don't know. It's apparently massive.
Is it a full retail release?
Yeah, like I want to say there was something like 100 different tracks. I mean, it's
like a
giant.
Kickstarter indie project type thing.
it started that way. It hasn't been that for a long time.
Okay.
No.
That's interesting. Now, I've got Kickstarters. People that Kickstarted this little game are getting a much bigger game then? Probably?
Anticipated, yes.
Yeah, wow, okay. So this kind of morphed into something else. That's exciting. Yeah. This is the first game they've done, or have they done previous work before? I don't even know.
I think, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's being published by Bandai Namco, but the actual makers, I think, Slightly Mad Studios, I believe they are, that this is their first big thing.
Okay. Well, I'm excited. I love 90s arcade racers. That's what this is, right? As far as, like, Cruising USA type, that's what they're trying to get your emotions out of, or trying to...
Top Gear.
Yeah, see, and that's just it. Is I don't have a whole lot of knowledge about it. I understand there's a critical reception of it, but racing games just aren't my thing. But I just thought people may wish to know about it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I have a fond nostalgic affinity for 90s racing games. The current racing games are not as fun as they were in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, I used to play, like, I don't care for newer racing games. Like, I'm not a Forza person. I'm not a... the other big one with the weird name.
Need for Speed?
No, the other one is just one word.
Very weird name, Need for Speed, yeah.
Well, anyways, I played, back in the 90s, I played...
Gran Turismo.
Yeah, Gran Turismo, that's it, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, I have friends that are really into cars that like those games, and they're like, hey, come play it, and I play it for like an hour, and I'm just like, okay, I'm just doing the same thing.
The same thing with sports games. I love the sports games in like the 80s and 90s, and now they're just way too damn realistic.
Yeah. See, I used to play Top Gear, and that game never ends. I don't know if you've ever played that back in the day on the NES and Super NES, but like it was just like just track after track after track. It never ends, and your car just unlimitedly keeps leveling up. But like me and my friends would play it for hours, and you couldn't turn it off because if you turned it off, everything reset.
Oh, wow. So what have you guys been playing recently? Is there anything good to talk about? Have we already talked about, like, Mortal Kombat you've been diving into a little bit?
Well, actually, the majority of my playing has been on PlayStation titles lately, just because I have a bigger backlog of those that I'm going through.
Yeah, Bloodborne would be one of them, I imagine, right?
Yeah. Bloodborne, I mean, I've been trying to throw down. I played a little bit more of my Final Fantasy 15 demo that came with Final Fantasy Type 0 HD, and then, of course, my comfort food of Diablo. But those games are all at least multi-platform.
Cool. Except for the Bloodborne. Yeah.
Mortal Kombat and Hardline have been my main two. I've been getting most of my time.
How's Hardline going? Is that keeping up? I mean, it's still good?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I can't wait. It's kind of hard to move on once like in Battlefield 4, how there's like tons of maps in that game open, and I'm already so high leveled, and then you get a new game and it's like back down to like 5 maps, doing the same 5 maps over and over again, and like I'm low leveled, so like a lot of people get really burned out on it because they play it excessively like they were playing the previous one, and they have so much more open, and then it's like, oh, now I'm back down to like 5, 6 maps, and so I'm like, it feels like I'm doing the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And then but it's still fun. I don't play it as heavily as I played 4 because I'm waiting for more stuff to open up, more DLC and stuff like that. So.
Are you getting your value out of EA Access? Is it worth it for you? Do you think you'll re-sign up next year? Or this year, I guess?
I think so, and specifically because I finally... one of my friends that's a PS4 person just ordered his Xbox One, and we will be splitting everything. So that I think I'm going to keep...
Oh, sharing the account thing.
Yeah, we're going to share our accounts.
Sure.
And he's a sports guy. He's a Madden guy, so I'm going to keep the EA Access, and he'll be able to get, the sports games there. So, and he plays Battlefield and stuff too. So.
Okay. Cool.
And then plus, I want it specifically for get that Battlefront.
Yeah, like I'm torn because like I have access to those games I'm not gonna play because like there's better games in my backlog than the games in EA Access,
Mm-hmm.
and it's what $30 a year the service.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's $30 a year, Tim. I mean, it's half of one game.
It is.
Even with your Best Buy rewards, fine. It's 60% of one game.
Right. So yeah, it is. I mean, so you get 10% off on digital purchases, right? So Battlefront would be $6 off basically,
Mm-hmm.
and you get a week early.
Cheaper to buy at Best Buy.
It is, but it's not digital, Jason.
Yeah, I don't buy physical copies.
You know the
so that
digital
doesn't
future
matter.
we all live in.
You know, actually, I'm going off on a tangent here because, yeah, I know it's PlayStation. Here's my problem. My brother recently bought a PlayStation 4, and here's my problem with digital versus retail. If I want to let my brother play one of the digital games that I have bought and paid for,
Yeah.
I can't even sign on to my PlayStation to watch Netflix because if he signs on to my account on his system, I get booted off of my system. That's crap. Now, if he borrows a game, I go, here you go, Eddie, and he logs on and he plays it just fine.
You know, that's why you have
But that's not in the Xbox.
multiple devices to watch Netflix on.
But then also,
Well, yeah.
like on the Xbox, we
Oh,
can play
you're
the
saying
same
the
game
point
at the
of
same
your-
time.
The bigger point would have been the game library that you have access to is gone as well.
Like
Yeah,
when
I mean-
we're doing this sharing thing on the Xbox, we can he logs into his name, but on his Xbox, my name is the home on his Xbox.
Yeah, you have a home
So-
Xbox and like
And then on my Xbox,
I gotta be- I'll
his
be
name will
honest.
be the home, and so like we can sign into each other's names and play the game
in Xbox,
together.
it is so much better because you can basically be sharing purchases between two boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand what you're saying / how that works. Well, I'm sorry, conceptually what you're saying, but I don't know how to get that set up. And additionally, I don't have anybody else right now to really share
Yeah.
that library.
If you have
thing
somebody to
with.
share with that you trust, because the thing is,
Come on,
you need
Jason.
to trust. You need to be
I
able to
don't
trust
have
the
to
person
care
because
about
they
it
won't
for
be able to.
Xbox yet. We can do it.
Yeah, you guys can share.
I used to buy
And
like crap
it
with
literally
digital
takes
games, so I got that whole back.
5 minutes to set this up. All you do is go into your settings. There's a home Xbox tab. You click on it. Well, first you got to put his character on your Xbox.
Yeah, your profile.
So you would just
Yeah.
add his profile, like add a new or add an already existing profile. He gives you his information to log in. You log in, then you go to that settings thing, and you put, and then it'll come up. It'll be like, it'll be like set home Xbox or whatever. Or says something like that, and then you just choose him, boop, and then he's set as your home. As
You
the
want
home.
to do this with someone you trust that won't like buy stuff in the store
Yeah,
without.
so you got to be able to trust the person because they will be able to purchase stuff into your account.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
I know.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's the trick. Yeah.
I'll be honest. I'm not a paranoid type person, and so yeah. I mean, I'd probably be willing to do it with any number of people that I know.
Yeah.
It's also a case of, like I said, I don't have anything to offer back because I don't buy most of my stuff digital.
See, the
You
thing,
know,
Yeah, that's the thing. You want to find someone that's a good digital buddy, like someone that's also into the digital future.
That's why I told him, because he, on his PlayStation 4, he buys everything physically. And then I was like, if you're going to do this, if you want to do the split thing, you have to buy everything digitally. And he's like, okay, cool. So Xbox, he buys he's going to be buying everything digitally, so I'll be getting it too. And
Yeah, so basically what this happens, if they buy, like, say, Battlefront, it'll say, I guess, ready to install Battlefront on your Xbox, and you're able to install it.
Mhm.
Kind of
it'll show up on his screen. It'll be
Yeah,
like,
it lets you
can
know what they're
install.
buying, too. Kind of.
Yeah.
It's cool. So, it was designed mainly for if you buy two Xboxes, one house, you can do that. But they
Yeah.
have said, I think publicly, this is okay to share.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they
not like it's a
basically
loophole. They did it like that on
Yeah.
purpose.
And they understand it's being used that way.
Yeah. Which encourages more digital purchases, which they enjoy, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They get more money from because of
They
less
do.
cost, and yeah.
There are a lot more margins in digital than there are physical discs. Yeah. But anyways, anything else for this week's show?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw earlier this week. On the 9th, there's a game that's out on the 360 called Happy Wars. And on the 9th,
Yeah.
it is coming out on Xbox One. But on the 9th, for whatever reason, it accidentally went up live, and it's a free-to-play game. And tons of people downloaded it, and like an hour later, they took it down because it wasn't supposed to be released
Wow.
yet.
That's
But-
pretty great.
well, I guess people that play the game on the 360, once they downloaded it and started playing it on their Xbox One, they are no longer allowed their information transferred over to their Xbox One account, and they cannot continue playing it on their 360. So for whatever reason, there's some bug or something that they said they are going to fix, but not until the game officially is out. So the people that have it now lucked out and just happened to be able to get it, and they're able to play it.
I had never even heard of this, but I mean, looking at it, it seems a little. I wouldn't go as far as to say completely up my alley, but it definitely looks interesting.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Well,
Is there anything else you got, Rich?
Yes, I do have one more pretty big thing.
Cool.
There's a game coming out September 29th called Lego Dimensions.
I forgot about.
I've talked about this on Nintendo. We've not talked about this here yet.
Which is basically like Skylander or Disney Infinity. They announced all the packs. So the starter pack,
$100, right?
Game, yeah, $99. It'll be the game, the little portal thing that you need to put the figures on, and then it comes with the three figures from the Lego movie, which is Batman, that girl, and I believe
Wild Style.
Yeah. But then
I gotta say, I think they're pricing themselves out of this. This is way too expensive. Or am I wrong?
I thought the base game came with Gandalf.
No, not that I saw. Unless they're doing it separate ones for depending on what system you buy it on. But the Xbox One comes with Batman, that girl, and one of the guys from the Lego movie.
Okay.
But they do have
pricing. Do you guys think this is just absurdly priced?
I don't think so, because I mean, if the game's $60, you're paying.
Yeah, it's. I mean, Guitar.
What's a Disney Infinity starter get you?
I think the portal with like some 4 figures. I think 3 or 4 figures. I think it is. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Xbox One
Lego packs. They seem more. I don't know. It just seems more expensive on every level.
Lego Dimensions.
Lego, and they can get away with it. I don't know.
Xbox One starter pack comes with Batman, the girl, the Batmobile, and Gandalf. I mean, I'm looking at it right now at Target.
Okay.
So they can do packs. So you get the Back to the Future pack, Lego Ninjago.
There's 3 different types of packs. There's team packs, level packs, and something they call fun packs. I don't really know what the difference in them is.
I think that's going to be the bigger problem with what they're doing. That's the biggest problem with Disney Infinity. Disney Infinity is fracking confusing because you have character packs, you have adventure packs, you have toy box, you have play sets, and if a character has an adventure pack, it's a completely themed world, but you can only use characters from that world in that adventure pack.
Yeah, that's
you need to get play sets to use with the toy box to make your own stuff, but it doesn't come with it. They complicated the bejesus out of it.
Yeah.
And Lego is Lego. You know, it's all about building and just having crazy crap.
But the thing about Lego, though, that they're messing up here. I don't know if they're messing this up, but it's all these franchises, right? You got the Wizard of Oz, DC Comics, Lord of the Rings, the Lego Movie, Back to the Future. Like it's all these it's like,
But it's all the stuff that they make Legos for. That's why.
True.
That's why I'm wondering. What I'm wondering is what's going to happen because Lego makes Marvel stuff too.
They do.
So Marvel and DC being in the same world.
They're Star Wars Legos. I bought a crap ton of them as a kid.
Actually, none of the Disney products have been announced for the Lego Dimensions. No Marvel, no Star Wars. I have a feeling we are not going to see any Disney product in Lego Dimensions.
Yeah.
Probably because of because of Disney Infinity, and because of the fact that.
How cool would it be if the Wii U got? That's the Xbox pack, because the Wii U got Lego City Undercover, a Dimensions add-on pack, and none of the other platforms could use it.
I'm sure that's going to happen though.
That'd be great.
I'm wondering if. Well, I don't know how they would. I don't know how they would be able to do that because don't those things work on any of the platform? It doesn't matter.
No, if it doesn't recognize the code in the game or something.
Yeah. I wonder if they would do that though. Like.
I don't know if that exclusive
because that would be kind of
console.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That would be kind of crazy.
I'm not going to get into this because this seems a really expensive rabbit hole to get into.
Oh,
you,
yeah.
you getting into this?
Well, the packs are
No.
$15. The
I'm sorry. If the game comes out and the customization and the building turns out to be really awesome, I might. Also, if the game comes out and I can basically buy this game to play Heroica, which is a Lego-based board game that I play with my kids, I would consider doing that.
Yeah.
But just for the adventure, Skylander-esque gameplay, no, I would not.
Yeah, I'm kind of one. Like, it'd be great if I could buy a set of Legos, like not the ones with the maps on what you're supposed to do, but
just buy a bucket of Legos.
A bucket of Legos. You build it on this huge freaking portal, or you build it and you put it on this huge freaking portal. It's able to recognize like what you created in the real world and like put it in the game. That would be.
I think you're dreaming. It would be amazing, so cool. But you're dreaming.
10 years if you
that'd be really excessive.
Great.
Yes, give it time, but that's not going to be.
How would that even be possible? You have like a 3D scanner or something? I don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's lots of ways that you could do it.
You could do it with the Kinect. You could do it with the Kinect.
Yeah, some type of camera accessory.
Yeah.
And you would have to, it would be like pretty much place a piece, take a picture. Place a piece, take a picture. And it will, or place a piece, push a button, and it'll spin the tray so that it will see. Yeah, it'll see all changes.
So as you click it down or something, as you click it down and press a button, so it reads where you put that piece.
And it updates. Yeah.
Yes. Well, it would have to have some sort of reader on every single piece.
No. Use the camera.
Well, no, he's talking about. Like snapping it in and reading it.
Every single
piece would have to have like a chip in it, yeah.
More than just that, because not only would you have to know that the piece is there, you would have to know spatially where it is compared to the other. If it's a 2x3 and you put it on top of a 2x2, did you put it where it completely covers it? Is it
or
hanging
just part
off
of it?
By one?
Right.
Yeah.
So
I mean that'd be stupid awesome, but that's what
my way is plausible. Yours is a pipe dream.
See, that's what I want out of a Lego Toys to Life game. I don't want a freaking Skylanders clone.
Well, this is their way. I mean, this is their way of reaching to those Lego collectors.
This is round one.
Round one.
They're reaching for those Lego collectors because there's a lot of people that, Star Wars fans buy all those Star Wars Legos, and those things are expensive. They're like $300 for.
Oh yeah, I bought the Yoda and the a couple of those big ones back in the day. They're awesome.
Yeah, they're awesome. It's some money though. And then you got to put it together, and it just takes hours.
Yeah. Oh, that was a fun time though. Anything else we want to cover because Nintendo's starting in 2 seconds here?
No, that was all the news from me, man.
Okay, this is like our giant show. We haven't had a giant show in a while. 90 minutes here. Yeah. See, Jason, I was planning on having an hour Xbox and 30-minute PlayStation tonight.
Yeah, that worked out, right?
That worked out great. Instead, we just had an awesome Xbox show.
Oh, yeah.
So, my apologies.
Oh, but real quick before we leave, I guess Phil Harrison, the European VP, left Microsoft.
Officially, they have confirmed that, yes.
Okay.
That's
on to greener orchards and pastures and bluer waters.
It seemed they left on good terms. So.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that just about covers it.
Yeah. Jason can be found on the interwebs at Risen Devil, RISNDEVIL, and Mr. Richie can be found at
Newfound Richie.
Newfound Richie, yes.
He has a lower third.
He does. I was trying to read lower third. It's so small. And
it's really
click on it. It gets bigger.
It does. My handle is TCHATEN. You can watch the video versions of the show at youtube.com/tchatten. Follow me on Twitter, and we'll be back next time for level 34 of the show. Stay tuned.
Have a good one.
And if you're on live stream, we'll be back in a couple minutes with the different cast characters for Club Nintendo. Bye-bye.
Bye.